There's this saying that hair holds memories. For many years, I had long hair. For every $30 haircut, I never once dared to cut it more than 1 inch. And 1 inch was pushing it too. It was this mop of hair that held my memories from the past decade. For the 8 years before Chesterton Academy, I attended public school. My middle school was called Friendly Hills. As it turned out, nothing there was friendly. And it wasn't anywhere close to any hills either. I was the quiet kid, too scared to reach out and make friends, too scared to express myself and my religion. The stares, jeers, and peer pressure got so bad that I got to a point where I started to consider myself an atheist. When I moved to the high school of my parents' choosing, Chesterton Academy, I was still deeply entrenched in my mindset from public school. Keep your head down, and you'll be fine. Just don't talk, and you'll be safe. No one has your best interest in mind. I barely dared to talk to anyone at Chesterton. I only made one friend, and I focused on what would get me the best grades. And although that one friend reached out to others to form a friend group, I simply put up with them, and I didn't try to establish any worthwhile relationships. I continuously put up a shield around every one of my classmates, even when they tried their very hardest to befriend me. I was stuck in a downward spiral of my own self-consciousness, my anxiety, and depression. Everyone else glowed and rejoiced in their faith, and I grew jealous. Jealous of their seemingly perfect belief, ashamed of my own disgraceful fall. But everything changed at the beginning of junior year. In the first week, I decided to take a shot at being Catholic, just one more time. My dad had constantly brought me to confession throughout the years, but every time I'd simply say the same few things and get out of there in a split second. This time, I entered the confession booth at St. Gabriel's after daily mass, and I told the whole truth. Every single thing I had felt, what led me to lose the faith, how there had been times when I didn't feel like living anymore. The people in line behind me had probably left in impatience by the time I was done. The priest listened carefully to everything I said, and he gave me my penance. It was a long penance. But I particularly remember what he said when I was about to leave. "Welcome back." I cried, I'll admit it. It immediately felt like a weight had been lifted off of my shoulders, and I felt free. After that, I finally started practicing Catholicism, and I reached out to my classmates. They welcomed me with open arms. Almost immediately, I no longer felt like an outcast, like I needed to put up a wall around myself for protection from the cruel world. Now I could freely joke around, talk casually with others, rant about things that I was passionate about. At last, I got to know everybody. No more were the days when I silently disliked someone because they looked at me funny that one time in freshman year. I wasn't scared to interact with people for fear they might think I'm weird. In fact, I was finally able to fully show off my weird side. Like my Elmo voice. My Elmo voice. My one disappointment was, why didn't I realize how truly amazing and unique every one of my classmates was? I actually started to enjoy all of my classes. The theology class that I had always dreaded became fun and interesting. The philosophy class that I had thought was pointless suddenly had a point. Even with attending Mass every single day, which I had found extremely laborious before, I found comfort in my daily prayer and the time I got to spend with God. And before I knew it, junior year was over and I was about to start my senior year at Chesterton. Now, remember how I said that hair holds memories? This is where I made a rather impulsive decision. I cut my hair, not just 1 or 2 centimeters like before, I cut more than half of my hair off, like 1.5 feet. My long hair had held so many memories. All of public school, the years that I was an atheist, my pit of despair. And although I can't forget how my unfavorable past has formed who I am today, I still wanted to put my past behind me. And so I chopped it off. Of course, I still had chin-length hair. I would never buzz it all off. Not just because my dad would have killed me, or because I would look horrible bald. No offense to bald people. I read all about the prophet Elisha. I know what happens to people who diss on baldness. They get mauled by bears. But I still kept a good amount of hair, because those were the memories I wanted to keep. I wouldn't want to forget about how wonderful my junior year was, or forget where I came from, where I was blessed enough to have such amazing and holy parents who cared about me and tried to teach me in the faith, and they worked so hard in order to send me to a school that, although I didn't appreciate it at first, would foster and nurture my faith, my relationships, and my education. Now, all I have are things that I want to remember. Memories of the amazing time I've had at Chesterton Academy, how Chesterton brought my faith back to life and helped nurture the best relationships I've ever had. I want to remember that no matter where life takes me, I'll always have a home at Chesterton Academy. I don't think I'll be cutting my hair anytime soon. Thank you.